Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I am sitting down in my makeup room here today with my ring light behind me, and I feel like I'm actually loving the way that the lighting is going in here, and it hasn't been bothering me nearly as much. So today I just wanted to film a fun little video. I'm actually sitting on my floor, and I got a lot of requests from people, surprisingly, to see eyeshadow palettes, just some very basic neutral palettes. I had a couple people reach out to me asking what my favorite eyeshadow palettes were, so I thought I have a ton. I have a complete drawer full right here full of eyeshadow palettes, so I figured, yeah, let's just sit down and film some of my favorites. I'm not going to film all of them. That would take 2 hours, so we're just gonna go through 6 of them, and these are some palettes that I absolutely love. These ones are amazing. They're good for beginners, good for, you know, makeup artists, professional makeup artists. These are good for all areas in between. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We all know it was New Year's Eve recently. I didn't even do that much. I wasn't even partying too hard, but I feel like I'm losing my voice. It could be that, and it could be the fact that it is -8 in Ohio. It was literally, had finally just gotten to like a degree when I went out earlier, so just, it is absolutely ridiculous here. It is freezing here. So if you all live in one of those really nasty wintry states, you feel my pain. I feel like I'm constantly getting sinus infections on and off when it's this cold outside. I need to live somewhere tropical because this is not working for me. I'm done with it, and it's only January. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. The first 2 palettes I'm gonna be talking about are actually Morphe palettes. This one right here is the one that I was using in my New Year's Eve Get Ready With Me. I only used this shade up here. Sorry, there's a glare. But these palettes are so amazing. This is the Morphe 25B palette. There's this palette, and then there's another one that's a little bit different than this. But for the price of these eyeshadows, I adore these. I know that not everyone likes Morphe. I know there's a lot of controversy around them, and you know, people not loving their stuff, thinking their shadows aren't great. But for the price, I have absolutely never had any issues with any of my Morphe palettes. They've always been amazing, great color payoffs. You can do so many looks with just this one eyeshadow, as you can see here. I feel like the glare when I hold up the palette is really bad, so sorry about that. But up here you can see we have light colors, we have matte colors, we have shimmers, we have some darker colors down on these 2 bottom rows. So the full top rows of this palette are mattes, and then you have a row of shimmers, but mainly mattes. And yeah, it's just a beautiful palette and completely worth the money. I highly recommend these. Again, you can do a day look, an evening look, you can just do it really natural, you can smoke it out, anything that you want to do. I love this palette. Next up from Morphe. Yay! I love this palette. I actually used it today on my eyes. It is so gorgeous. I love Jaclyn Hill. I'm always watching her videos. She's so much fun. This palette is beautiful. Again, I know that people complain sometimes about Morphe shadows, but these are all absolutely beautiful. The pigment in these are unreal. The blues, the greens. There's a little bit of everything in this palette as well, which I really like. These 2 up here are really good for highlight shades, really good for that brow bone. Lots of mattes, lots of shimmers, so many looks you can do with this palette. You can do fun pops of color, you can do neutrals, you can do a smoky eye, you can do a deep sultry eye, whatever you want to do with this. Great for summer, great for fall, great for winter, great for spring. That's what I love about this palette too. It's so versatile. I feel like I use it all months of the year. I dipped into a lot of these shades up here today, and then actually used this green down here on my lid with a little bit of the brown tones just in the crease and a little bit of the highlight shade. And I was so impressed by how beautiful it looked in such a quick time. Let me zoom you in. You can kind of see this beautiful green color on the lid. And you can just really see how that makes my green eyes pop. I love these shades. This was an amazing palette, so congrats to Jaclyn Hill on this palette this year. It is so beautiful, and I can't wait to keep using it to create looks. Next, we are going to move on to, again, another palette that I just recently used in my New Year's Eve Get Ready With Me video. This is the Dream Street Kathleen Lights and ColourPop collab. These shades were amazing. I'm not gonna lie, I've only used this palette probably 2 or 3 times now, but every single time I have used this palette, I have been so happy with the outcome of my look. Here are the shades. Very pretty shades, very affordable palette again. I really like this one as well because you do have your crease shades, you have your transition colors, you have some fun, pretty shimmers that you can do pops of color with. You have a deep blue and then this shimmery blue right here, so beautiful. I am so excited to play around with this one. I have not yet, but this little like pinkish color right here is beautiful. I said this in one of my other videos, but this color intrigues me. I still haven't got the chance to play around with it yet. This color is stunning and I love this palette. Definitely pick it up if you're in the market for another palette. It should be back in stock, I believe, I hope, because this palette is beautiful. The packaging is so pretty. I showed you guys in my last video, but back here it tells all of the shade names, which is absolutely awesome. I love that. I love that they did that on this one. They don't always do that. Like on my Jaclyn Hill palette, the shade names are not on the back, but they are on here, and I love that. Okay, and I didn't even realize this when I pulled this stack in particular out, but these next 2 eyeshadow palettes are Tarte eyeshadow palettes, and this was my first love from the Tarte eyeshadow palettes. Oh my gosh, this Tartelette in Bloom palette is stunning. I actually asked my makeup artist on my wedding day to use this palette when we did my trial, and she did, and it was beautiful, so we used it on my wedding day as well. Oh, these shades. I know that I've said that about every palette so far, but that's why I'm telling you guys my favorites. This one has absolutely every shade you'd need to do a complete look. This shade right here is just a white color, very great to set down that eyeshadow primer. And then we have transition shades, we have shimmer shades, we have matte shades, but we also have some deep matte shades. I love palettes like this for traveling. If I don't want to have to take multiple palettes with me, or maybe even just that I want to use an eyeshadow as an eyeliner, I have to have a palette like this with me because these shades are so dark that you can really smoke out that lower lash line or put it right up on your lid as well, very close to that lash line, really tight line that lash line. And it looks like an eyeliner, and it's super quick, easier to get off than liner if you're in a hurry and you just need a pop of darkness on there to smoke that eyeshadow look out. This is perfect. I love this palette for that. The next palette is the Tartelette Toasted palette. The packaging on this is absolutely beautiful. You can see my ring light as I'm doing this. Like, hi, I can't even see the palette here, thank you. This palette is pretty new. It came out this past year. And again, definitely similar packaging, but absolutely stunning colors. Again, we have some light shades, we have some matte shades, we have some sparkly shades, shimmery shades, and this shade right here is so beautiful. It's a chocolatey brown with pops of glitter in it, like little gold flecks of glitter, but the glitter doesn't come out that strong, and it is just beautiful. I absolutely love that shade. I've used this a few times recently, especially in the fall this year. This was like my go-to palette just because, again, it had everything I needed for a look. I could sit down, I could travel with just this palette and get a very beautiful look on the eye. So that is why I love this. If you can't already tell, I am all about an eyeshadow palette that I can just take one with me, and I want to have options. So I wanted to be able to take an eyeshadow palette traveling with me that has shimmers, that has mattes, that has good transition shades, that has good deep shades. I really want a palette to have all of those things so that I don't have to, you know, travel with 2 different palettes with me and take up all my space in my makeup bag. I really just want to be able to take one with me and be able to get all the looks I want from that. So that is why I love all of these palettes that I spoke to you guys about. They're very versatile. You can do a natural look, you can do a smoky look, and just take one of these palettes, smudge some deep shades into my crease or on my lower lash line, and I'm good to go. So that is why I really love these palettes. And again, a lot of these are affordable. If you're in the market for a really beautiful eyeshadow palette, go to the Morphe site and check out all of their palettes. They have so many, so much more than this. and they are beautiful, and the quality of their eyeshadows are great, and they've always worked great for me. I have quite a few of their palettes. These are just the two that I wanted to talk about. I love that they're now being sold in Ulta. I think that's absolutely amazing. So you can pop into your local Ulta and see if they sell them there. So yeah, guys, that completes this video. Please let me know in the comments down below if there's anything else you want to see. I'm more than happy to do like my blush collection, my foundation collection, setting powder, setting sprays, whatever it is that you guys want to see. Feel free to let me know, reach out to me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can keep up with all of my videos that are to come. And feel free to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. On my Snapchat, it is still Brooke.Fry 12. My Instagram is Brooke.Lindsey. Twitter, sorry, I already said Snapchat. Twitter is still Brooke.Fry 12. Again, for those of you that are new to my channel, my maiden name was Fry, F-R-Y. So everyone's confused, like, BrookeLindsey, is that your middle name? Nope, that is actually my new last name. I've been complaining to my husband about the fact that everyone now calls me Lindsay. Like, our work email address is last name, comma, first name. So I will pick up a phone call or get an email back and people are like, hi, Lindsay, how are you? And I'm like, at first it takes me a minute because I'm like, Lindsay, oh, yeah. And I don't even correct people half the time. So yes, that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions for me, if you want to know more specifically anything about these palettes, please reach out to me. Let me know. I am here for you. I'm here to answer your questions. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. I know I've said that in about every... My stomach just growled really loud. That you can really smoke out that loud... That you can really smoke out that loud... I seriously feel like I'm losing my voice, and that makes me really sad because I don't want to get sick.